Hans Zimmer soundtracks are some of the most iconic in modern cinema, and he's also known for his use of the piano. In this video, I'll give you my simple method for beautiful piano improvisation in the style of Hans Zimmer. Even though his tracks sound really huge and cinematic, the actual ideas on piano are really simple, and you can use those to create beautiful music on your own. I've broken this down into an easy 3-step method so you can follow along as a beginner. Are you ready? Let's go. Step 1. Let's look at the left hand first and get a nice progression going. For this lesson, we're in the key of C major and we're going to use its chords. As a simple rule, you can just remember that C major means we only play the white notes. So let's start out with the left hand. The left hand is going to play a so-called third. Now a third is just 2 white notes with 1 white note in between. So for example, starting from C, we'll add another white note here and we'll leave this one in the middle. This is a third. Now for example, another third would be if we shift this to the G, these 2 notes, again with a white note in the middle. As a rule of thumb, we can shift this around pretty much anywhere we want. Practice jumping around with the left hand and finding the thirds quickly. You can also jump up and down, for example, make bigger jumps. You can also play smaller jumps. And then, for example, some bigger jumps in between. You can also move in sequences. A sequence is a really cool musical tool because it creates a beautiful progression pretty much instantly. So for example, take a look at the D here, and then we're going to jump up 5 notes. That means we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the A next. Now a sequence means we repeat the same jump, but for example, 1 step lower. So starting from the C, and this time we'll jump up to the G. Again, this is 5 steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that we jump. So again, we start on the D, jump up to the A. Now from the C, jump up to the G. And this can be repeated. And this already sounds like it could be the beginning of a soundtrack by Hans Zimmer. Now another progression that I'm going to use for the rest of this video is starting on the A, then we jump down to the F, then to the C, and then back up to the G. So you already know this last jump, C up to G. We start on the A and then do a small jump down. Now get comfortable to playing this progression and practice it until you can play it smoothly. Step 2 is to add the right hand to create a fuller sound that could be straight from a movie. Now the right hand will start playing the top note of the third that we play in our left hand. So let's start with our third starting on A. Now the top note of this third is C, and the right hand will simply copy this up here. Play this at the same time. Now for the next third, we move down to the F. Again, you can look at the A, which is the top note in this case, and copy it in the right hand. Play it at the same time. Now this method gets a bit tedious because you always have to first play the left hand, then find the right hand. What's faster is moving the hands in parallel. So if you look at the left hand, we're moving down 1, 2 white notes, and the right hand will just move down 2 white notes as well. Now we go down 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up to the G in the left hand, and the right hand plays the B. Now play these together and add the pedal for each new third. This makes it sound even fuller and it's already quite beautiful. Now I'm going to show you one more trick which I personally really love. So we start the same way. And this is called parallel motion because both hands move in the same direction. Now if you want to make it more interesting, because we're moving in parallel all the time, for example, we can go down here. And then instead of jumping with the right hand to this E, we can jump up here, and it still works because the right hand is still playing the top note from the left hand, but just another octave higher. And then for the G and the B in the right hand, we come back down. Play this one more time. Right hand goes up and back down. Step 3. Let's now look at how easy it is to improvise with our right hand. So we'll start just like before, but now before you jump to the next chord, you'll improvise with your right hand. Now, for example, you can play a small melody and we'll always start on this first note in the right hand. That's a very simple melody. Next note, for example. And then we can go to the E. So to create these melodies, you can go a couple notes down or up, or maybe even do small jumps. But remember, we always start from this note that we copied from the left hand. Now don't make these melodies too long and really try to keep them simple in the beginning. That's where the magic of the improvisation really comes from, to use few notes and some ideas to create beautiful improvisation. Now as a rule, you can play 4 notes in the right hand for every chord. So count along. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or with some bigger jumps. As an idea, repeat the same melody from different notes. It's similar to what I did in the beginning. Just take the same melody and shift it to the next note. Now you can also, instead of playing just 4 notes, play 8 notes. This time we have to play them a bit faster, but it gives you more time to create longer and more beautiful melodies. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And once you get comfortable with this, you can start to get into a flow and maybe speed it up a bit more. And if you want a structured step-by-step approach to improvising, I've made a free course on basic and advanced concepts of improvisation. Just click the link below, it's free. As a bonus step, I'll now show you some advanced concepts to take your improvisation to the next level and make it sound really cinematic. We'll start out just like we did before with our progression of A, F, C, and G. Now the first thing we'll do is to add octaves in the left hand and play the third in the right hand. So let's start out with our A chord first. We'll take the left hand and now play the entire third in the right hand. Now the left hand is free to play an octave of the A. Now if you compare it to this, it has a really full and beautiful sound. Now try and play this throughout the whole progression. Now you can also add our improvisation from before. We'll start like this, and then, for example, so we're starting with 2 notes in the right hand, but the melody that we're going to improvise is always starting from the top note. So for example, like this. So you can play 4 notes, or you can also improvise with 8 notes like we did before. Now we can also add an arpeggio in the left hand. For example, if we start on our A chord, we'll add the 5th in there. The 5th simply means we count up 5 notes from the lowest note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And for example, just go up and down and repeat this. So up, down, and then we go to the next chord. And again, you can improvise. And as a third bonus step, we're going to add octaves in the right hand for the melody. This is where it gets really advanced, so if you don't feel comfortable up until this step, then stick to the simpler improvisation. It already sounds beautiful. Get comfortable playing like that, and then you can level up at any time you want. So we started with the third in the right hand and the octaves. Now we'll just drop the third in the right hand and only play the top note and add an octave above. Now this is where it really gets interesting. So remember, in the beginning we started with these 2 notes. Now what we're doing simply is taking this A for the left hand, playing it as an octave, and also taking the C in the right hand and playing it as an octave. This is about as big as we can make the sound. Now, just like before, you can play this progression, add the arpeggio, and then go to the next chord. And that sounds absolutely lovely. Now again, once you get comfortable playing like this, you can also start to improvise. And if you want to level up the arpeggio from the left hand, you can even do something like this, where you go up, and then instead of going down, you now go up with your thumb here and play the third. So one more time. And then go to the F chord. Go up with your thumb. And again, add in the right hand. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you did, then subscribe to my channel and don't forget to check out the free improvisation course. It covers all the basic and advanced principles and takes you through the levels step by step. And I'll see you guys again in the next lesson.